What if I told you some of the healthiest vegetables ever grown have straight up disappeared from our plates, like the vegetable version of ghosting your doctor after a checkup? Long before kale had its globe and quinoa became the high-maintenance prom queen of health food, medieval farmers were quietly cultivating a roster of edible MVP superfoods. So mighty they fed starving peasants, kept monks from collapsing in the cold, and even got royal gardeners doing victory laps. Today, most people wouldn't recognize them unless they were hiding in a fancy, overpriced salad named after an obscure yoga pose. Let's hop into our time turnip and travel back, way back, to the muddy fields, monastic gardens, and peasant patches of medieval Europe. We're unearthing 15 forgotten superfoods. These aren't just vegetables, they're survivors, nutritional icons, and taste legends that deserve a comeback tour. Grab your compostable forks. This isn't just a history lesson. This is Veggie Redemption, medieval style with a splash of American sarcasm and a whole lot of nutrition facts your doctor would high-five you for knowing. Skirret, the lazy farmer's sweet dream. Back in medieval times, when farmers were dodging taxes and bandits, skirret was their underground MVP. This sweet root multiplied without any fuss. Basically, the plant version of your friend who never texts back but always shows up with snacks. If you had a medieval bellyache or water retention, skirret was your go-to. Its high fiber content helped keep digestion moving smoothly. Nobles roasted it like it was candy because sugar was rarer than Wi-Fi in a castle. In a world without Gatorade, this root was a natural electrolyte cocktail. When industrial farming came along, skirret got ghosted like last season's TikTok trend. Sorry, roots with attitude aren't on the menu. Medicinal role. Medieval herbalists swore by skirret as a mild digestive aid and a natural diuretic. Nutrition facts. Skirret was packed with natural sugars for energy, dietary fiber for digestion, plus potassium and magnesium to keep your muscles and heart happy. Good King Henry, the plant that deserved a throne. Nobody remembers why it was called Good King Henry. Probably because medieval peasants were too busy surviving, but this leafy green was a nutritional beast. It fed peasants during lean spring months when everything else was looking sad and wilted. It was also thought to help with menstrual cramps and kidney issues, a medieval multivitamin with added benefits. If medieval peasants had a pharmacy, this plant was the star shelf, with shoots like asparagus, leaves like spinach, and buds like baby broccoli. It was the triple threat plant you wish your salad had. Medicinal role. Good King Henry was used as a mild laxative and to treat respiratory complaints. Nutrition facts. Loaded with iron, vitamin C, and a surprising amount of protein, it was a greens all-star. Iron helped fight anemia, a common medieval problem thanks to diets heavy on bread and light on meat. Vitamin C boosted immunity, and protein kept peasants from looking like skeletons. Salsify, the seafood imposter. During medieval Lent, when eating meat or fish was off-limits, think of it as an extended meat-free Monday, but way more intense. Salsify came to the rescue. It tasted like oysters, but without the fuss of shucking or the risk of a bad seafood hangover. This root was a plant-based seafood substitute that kept monks and peasants happy and fasting compliant. Medicinal role. Salsify was prized for its prebiotic fiber, which fed the good bacteria in the gut, making it a medieval probiotic before probiotics were cool. It was also used to improve digestion and heart health, helping reduce bloating and support circulation. Nutrition facts. High in potassium and vitamin B6. It helped regulate blood pressure and kept the nervous system ticking. Its inulin content promoted gut health by feeding beneficial bacteria, which was especially helpful in a time when antibiotics were non-existent and digestive issues common. Medlar. The fruit that had to rot to be great. Medlar was the ultimate patience test in medieval fruit. You couldn't just bite into it fresh, it had to blet, which means rot a little. Think of it like a fruit that needed its own spa day before it could shine. Once mushy and brown, it tasted like cinnamon applesauce, perfect for pies, jellies, and even medieval wines. If you think waiting for your avocado to ripen is annoying, try Medlar's timeline. Medicinal role. Medlar was used to soothe digestive issues and treat diarrhea. It was also believed to reduce inflammation and help with liver ailments. Basically, a fruit that worked as hard as your grandma's home remedies. Nutrition facts. Medlar helped boost the immune system and kept the digestive tract in tip-top shape. Like a medieval health smoothie disguised as dessert. Chickweed. the uninvited guest that brings snacks. Chickweed crashed. Medieval gardens like an overeager party guest, but this one brought vitamin C, iron, and calcium, so no one really minded. It popped up everywhere, uninvited but useful. It was also used as a mild diuretic and to ease respiratory issues like coughs. People tossed it into soups and salads, benefiting from its fresh flavor and nutrition, while silently appreciating that it didn't need a Netflix subscription. Medicinal role: chickweed was a skin soother, often used as a poultice to relieve rashes, burns, and insect bites. Nutrition facts: with more vitamin C per gram than oranges, plus iron and calcium, chickweed was a surprise nutritional powerhouse. Nature's free snack bar. Scorzonera, the black root with staying power. Scorzonia looks like it got lost in a coal mine, but tastes like a sweet carrot's cooler sibling. It kept well all winter long, making it a prized root for monks and peasants alike during the bleak months. Think of it as the Twinkie of medieval roots, except healthier and less likely to cause existential dread. Medicinal role: Scorzonera was traditionally used to improve blood circulation and was believed to have anti-inflammatory properties. It also helped support digestion and combat fatigue. Nutrition facts: rich in B vitamins, potassium, and iron, it gave energy, supported heart health, and kept anemia at bay. Basically the root that said, "I got you during winter blues." Welsh onions. Not Welsh, not onions, still awesome. These perennial green onions were the gift that kept on giving. Plant once and reap the benefits for 10 years. Medieval folks relied on them for flavor and health boosts in soups, stews, and winter greens. Their sulfur compounds worked like nature's antibiotic, minus the weird aftertaste. Medicinal role: Welsh onions were believed to have antibacterial properties and were used to help fight colds and respiratory infections. Nutrition facts: loaded with vitamin K for blood health and sulfur compounds for immunity. These guys were winter warriors disguised as simple garnish. Lovage, celery's cooler cousin. Lovage was the flavor bomb of medieval kitchens. Just a sprig could make a soup sing. They candied the stalks, brewed teas, and loved it for both taste and health. It helped reduce bloating, kidney stones, and joint pain. Basically, it was the medieval OTC drug with a chef's touch. Medicinal role: lovage was used as a digestive aid, diuretic, and anti-inflammatory. Nutrition facts: rich in vitamins A and C, calcium, and iron. Lovage provided antioxidants and minerals that supported immune function and bone health. Corn salad, the quiet winter hero, also called lamb's lettuce, corn salad was the underdog that kept medieval bellies full in the cold months. It grew among grains. Corn meant any grain back then, and was frost-resistant, which was basically like a vegetable superhero. Medicinal role: corn salad was used as a mild laxative and to promote healthy digestion. It also had mild diuretic properties and helped with urinary tract health. Nutrition facts: high in omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin A, and folate. It boosted immune function, eye health, and cellular repair. Tansy, the herb that yelled. Tansy was the herb that didn't tiptoe. With a bold, bitter, spicy flavor, it flavored everything from meat dishes to medieval beer. But don't go overboard. Too much tansy was like eating spicy ghost peppers of the herbal world. Tansy was the medieval herbal weapon against worms and bugs. Medicinal role: used to expel parasites, reduce inflammation, and fight infections. Nutrition facts: contained compounds with antimicrobial effects and antioxidants, helping to protect the body from infections and oxidative stress. Fat hen, terrible name. Top-tier nutrition, despite sounding like a poultry insult. Fat hen was a wild green, packed with iron, protein, calcium, zinc, and omega-3 south. It was peasant fuel, helping folks survive wars, famines, and bad weather. Medicinal role: traditionally used to reduce inflammation and as a mild diuretic, fat hen helped with urinary tract issues and swelling. Nutrition facts: its iron content helped prevent anemia. Protein supported muscle health, and omega-3 south were a medieval version of brain food. Before brain food was a thing. Sea kale, the beachfront superfood. Growing wild on salty shores, sea kale was a no-fuss veggie with 6 times more vitamin C than lemons. It kept medieval sailors from turning into walking scurvy disasters and kept thyroids healthy thanks to its iodine content. Medicinal role: sea kale helped prevent scurvy, aided digestion, and supported thyroid function. Nutrition facts: loaded with vitamin C, fiber, iodine, and manganese. It was a nutritional triple threat that thrived where others wilted. Woad, the blue dye that moonlighted as food before it turned medieval warriors and monks into smurfs. Woad's young leaves were edible and packed a mustardy punch. It was a cancer-fighting, liver-supporting plant that did double duty as a dye. Medicinal role used for liver detox and as an anti-inflammatory, woad was a plant that cleaned house inside your body while coloring your robes blue. Nutrition facts contained glucosinolates and flavonoids, powerful antioxidants that helped fight cancer and support liver health. Turnip greens, the leafy underdog. We all know the turnip root, but those greens, total nutritional badasses. Medieval peasants knew to eat the greens, which were packed with calcium, protein, vitamin A, folate, and antioxidants. Medicinal role used to support bone health, improve eyesight, and boost immunity. Turnip greens were a green powerhouse. Nutrition facts: loaded with lutein and zeaxanthin for eye health, calcium for bones, and folate for cellular repair. Basically, the greens that made your plate look smart. Alexander's, edible ambition. Alexander's was basically the Oprah of plants. You get some shoots, you get some roots. Everyone gets to eat me. Growing wild like your cousin's conspiracy theories everywhere and impossible to ignore. The juice was sometimes applied to wounds because medieval medicine had to improvise. No, just herbs and hope. It was like the Swiss Army knife of healing plants. Medieval people loved it because it was loaded with vitamin C, calcium, and antioxidants to keep scurvy and brittle bones at bay. Its calcium helped with bone health, and antioxidants gave a boost against the wear and tear of medieval life. It even appeared on royal tables, which was basically like getting invited to the Met Gala of veggies. Medicinal role: Alexander's was used to treat everything from indigestion to respiratory issues. Nutrition facts: this plant was a vitamin C powerhouse, which kept immune systems strong when doctors were basically just guessing. Nutrition facts: this plant was a vitamin C powerhouse, which kept immune systems strong when doctors were basically just guessing. So, what have we learned today, folks? That medieval peasants, monks, and royal gardeners might have been eating better than your average modern-day influencer with a $15 kale smoothie. These weren't just humble vegetables. They were nutritional powerhouses, survival tools, and, in some cases, digestive miracle workers. Even if they looked like something you'd scrape off your boot, smash that like button like a medieval peasant smashing chickpeas. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories your textbooks totally ghosted you on. Sure, we've moved on to Instagrammable avocados and oat milk lattes, but maybe, just maybe, it's time we gave some love to the forgotten greats. The roots that never gave up, the weeds that cured disease, the leafy greens that made famine survivable. History isn't just about kings and wars. It's about what people ate to stay alive long enough to be part of that history. So next time you're browsing the produce aisle or planting a garden, remember, the past isn't dead. It's just growing in the hedgerow, quietly judging you for ignoring Skirret. Thanks for joining us on this compost-covered time machine through history. Now go out there and eat like a 14th century monk with better hygiene.